Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the MLG offices in New York City. I'm Axel Toss. I'm joined by Axlab. We're currently watching the XMG Balance Test Pro Invite. And this is game number 2 of a best of 3 between spawning in the bottom left-hand location of Alterzim Stronghold. I guess this was chosen by...
We gotta say that one again. You say the first word, I'll say the second.
Alterzim Stronghold. Your Terran player in the bottom left-hand location is Morrow. Of course, his opponent in the bottom right-hand location, some are calling him the savior of StarCraft 2, the savior of esports. He has so much passion and positivity for the game, and he's always looking for ways to help the community improve, whether that be helping with initiatives or streaming StarCraft or playing well in tournaments. He really does have a deep passion for the game. He is your Blue Zerg player, Destiny. I missed what he was typing. I wasn't watching the screen. What did I miss?
He was mind gaming his opponent.
Yes.
He's trying to get in Morrow's head. You know, Destiny's a wily guy. People talk about StarCraft skills, macro and micro and strategy and tactics, and you know, you could say Morrow is more experienced in those categories, but the fifth element, also known as the fourth dimension of skill,
yep,
the mind games, Destiny a master.
Yeah, man. The first time I was submitted, I froze up. I didn't know what was going on. It's like he had this power over me.
He has a way.
Couldn't shove it away.
He has his ways. I'd love to see him go 3 hatch before pool on a big map like this. Let's see if he obliges. No! Spawning pool after the first hatchery.
Yep. Wants to get those Zerglings out.
Destiny does love his little vicious critters known as the Zerglings.
So this is a very large map.
Yeah, you know.
We saw it a couple times today.
I think this map should be good for Zerg versus Terran. I do think so.
What about for Destiny versus Terran?
I think it's even better.
Okay.
Large maps, better for burrowed infestors.
Yep.
They could be here. They could be here. He could even have a burrowed infestor over here.
No.
And you know what?
What?
He might even have him back here. You never know.
Wow.
There's so many locations.
So many.
It's going to take Morrow an extra mining base just to build enough missile turrets.
Yes.
To detect the map.
Oh my god. I just got terrified. How are we going to observe this game?
You know what is going to tax me to the limits?
Good luck. I'll help you as much as I can.
We'll see. First, Destiny has to survive the Hellbat Inferno that took him down last game.
Yep.
In a very convincing manner, the Thor Hellbat push. Destroyed his Roach forces while Banshees overhead shot down the Infestors. Of course, Destiny, I'm sure, has learned from that experience. Coming into game number 2 with a stronger response to Morrow's mech forces, as actually...
Yeah.
Morrow has not yet spotted his opponent. When he does, will he be quaking in his boots? Decisive checks in the front, no hatchery there. Looks to go into the main. Notices a creep. He's struck Zerg. That is almost worse than striking gold. In fact, much worse. Notices no gas in the main. A useful pickup of knowledge from Morrow as he opens straight for reactor Hellions. And a very fast third command center goes down.
Yeah, fairly standard. Now, a big issue last game was Destiny trying to secure third base. It got denied fairly early on, and then Destiny had trouble kind of pushing out to retake that, and I feel like that had a lasting impact on the game. So I'm wondering when the timing of that third hatchery is going to be.
Yeah.
And what kind of changes he's going to make to try to protect that.
On a map as big as this, I am a little surprised he hasn't taken it yet. Now, this third base is pretty vulnerable to Hellions kind of poking in. Not as bad as some maps, though. If you notice, they poke in to try to get behind the minerals. They have to kind of loop back around. They can't head straight out. So you can kind of cut them off. And same thing with this direction. As long as you make sure your ramp's protected, you know, they have to kind of come in and out the same direction. If they do a drive-by, they can't go by the minerals. They have to kind of commit to the back there. So I do think it's a pretty easy map to take a third. We do see that third hatchery going down. 4 gases behind it, so Destiny progressing to his mid-game plans as Morrow is almost done with that third command center. Morrow getting stim pack. Could see him going bio this game. Of course, a map this large is hard to play mech on. Mech very immobile.
Ling's trying to go one-on-one with those Hellions. It's not going to work out too well.
Well, Destiny gets some damage onto Hellion. You know, normally Zerglings don't get attacks off on Hellion.
That's true.
Destiny finding a way to make it happen.
Gosh, I see. Sometimes I keep getting shocked, but then I remember who we're dealing with here. Uh-oh.
And the Creep Tumor is going to get up as well. Now the Queens are going to push Hellions back.
Yeah, this is a much better
Oh, yeah.
position here for Destiny. He's even hiding some Lings here.
Destiny's looking very good this game. Everything's gone according to plan. Of course, Morrow is playing a very, very macro-focused build, already getting 2 E-Bays, double upgrades. So while everything's looking good for Destiny, it's looking amazing for Morrow as well. Just the way he's progressing up his tech is in a very greedy fashion, and Destiny's not looking to try to punish it. Destiny looking to get his own macro game going. No Evo Chambers yet, going straight to layer before upgrades, which is kind of interesting. Most Zergs do prefer to get double Evo before layer, as we saw Destiny choose in game number 1.
Maybe straight for Spire?
It could be.
I don't think it is.
More likely Infestation
Be
Pit.
uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
But these Hellions going to try to be annoying. 3 Marines mixed in as well. Oh, don't want to lose that Overlord.
Get the high ground. It does get the high ground.
On top of that green thing.
Finds the fusion reactor, or sorry, reactor powered by the void.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
There is a Spire, just like you said. Uncharacteristic, but this is a map catered to Mutalisk.
Sure.
This base is immune to attacks except from the air, so Mutalisk Harask is great on that location.
Yep.
And of course, you can bounce between this and this space into main so easily. Really a perfect map for Mutalisk, and given how large it is, the speed of the Mutalisk is particularly valuable. So we'll see how well he does that. In fact, the fact that he hasn't gotten any Evos yet, is he just going to go like some weird pure Muta strategy? Okay, now comes a single Evo.
Yeah, some players will generally use all their gas on mutas and then go into upgrades after that. Of course, maybe getting speed or a layer, but then really focusing on getting as many mutas out as possible, and then eventually transitioning into upgrades. But 1-1 is already done.
I mean, and 1-1 Marines are going to be really scary considering Destiny hasn't even started an upgrade. Going well for Destiny is Morrow actually forgot to get his armory just now starting it, so that's going to put him about 70 seconds behind from his ideal upgrade timing. Now, still ahead of Destiny. Here comes the first drop. Mutas are not out yet. What does Destiny have to deal with this? He has 27 speedlings, but are they in the right position? Of course, there's Hellions poised to strike at the front as well, killing creep tumors, but the drop hits the main, and look at that, Destiny.
Wow, speedlings are there. He's on top of it. And
great.
3 Marines going to be picked up. Meanwhile, there are 10 mutas in production here from Destiny. And I'm
Drones
also starting the
brave.
plus armor. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to long distance mine from the 4th base here. Drop again, tries to land Destiny over it. A very fast 4th base from Destiny. I love it on a map this big. Hellions have spotted that. Well, I don't know if they spotted the hatchery, but of course, they spotted the drones transferred, which is just as good. He knows exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, a double drop. Ooh. This one is going to be designed to take out the 4th base. And Destiny,
mutas are about to pop.
Destiny's map vision is there's a hole in it. And it's been, Morrow's found the hole.
He threaded the needle.
Yeah, and you know, the mutas can help against this, but they have to be in position, and right now they're flapping across the map. There's no missile turrets here, though. It could be a bit of a massacre on both ends, as neither player is really prepared to receive the attack. I don't know if the Zerglings are enough to stop this.
No, I don't think they are.
Not with 1-1 upgrades. There's no way the scan goes down.
Already a few Lings being thrown away here from Destiny. He's trying to focus on this attack at his opponent's natural expansion. The Ling's going to back up, not wanting to engage just yet, but Destiny's 4th base is exposed. There's nowhere for those drones to run. He does not have Burrow, and the Muta's actually going to return home to try to deal with this.
Got a couple SCVs, but drones are being massacred. The hatchery is under fire. The Marines put themselves in a good position. I don't know if the Mutas can deal with this. 50 speedlings being produced by Destiny. The hatchery falls. But the mutas have returned home. They're grouped up with speedlings, and can Morrow get away with his forces? Speedlings on the high ground, that's not going to work. He's got to get them where the Marines are.
Yep. He wants to engage with the Lings and mutas at once, because if you engage with the mutas at once, then the Marines will take down quite a few. If you engage with just the Lings, they're just going to pick up into the medevacs. So you engage with both, so the mutas can target down the medevacs, and the Lings can deal with the Marines.
Morrow ahead in upgrades is soon going to be ahead in bases, as his 4th base is now being landed. Destiny has got to find a way to deal with Morrow's superior economy. We can see here even worker counts, but of course Morrow has 3 mules. 4th base is up as well for him. Destiny's 4th base being started. Some pressure here on the bottom of the drop. That's caught by Destiny. He deals with that without a problem. You know, the double drop is still patrolling around the top right. Destiny with some drones. He's going to try to build a lot of additional, or a 5th base going up. You know, Destiny working his hive tech into way and getting infestors. I love how fast he's adding those in. Great units to really try to get cost efficient against a Terran. And with Morrow on 4 bases and ahead in upgrades, you're going to need something special to deal with him.
Okay. We got Baneling speed about to finish as well. So Destiny can incorporate those. Upgrades aren't fantastic. Got Greater Spire on the way.
Yeah. Interesting
So going
choice
for
given how
the
big the
Broodlord
map is.
Infestor. It's a very classic composition.
Yeah. Destiny a fan of the classics. Often watch him play to the tunes of Mozart and Beethoven.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Drop play is ready to strike at the 5th base while Morrow sends in a main force using siege tanks as opposed to Widow Mines. Remember, the balance patch buffed the siege tank and nerfed the Widow Mine.
Yeah, this is the first time we're going to see tanks.
Tanks
Actually,
in
we
action.
might have saw...
Here was 1 tank, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a big part of the game.
Yep.
And cost against Daisy.
Okay,
But
Infestor's
there
getting
are
ready.
infestors here. Meanwhile, drop
very
play hits the
technical.
5th. That's going to be a vulnerable base. It will probably go down. But the big story here is this attack. Who comes out ahead in this engagement? 2-2 for Morrow, 1-1 for Destiny. Morrow's
Spreading
working his way up there. Meanwhile, the drop play still working.
Oh, the hatchery
Drones
taken
are
out.
coming in to defend. They're not going to help out too much.
Greater Spire is done. 600 gas. 3 Broodlords in production here for Destiny. He might be waiting for that. Infestors are going to be very important in slowing this down. A key fungal could be huge and giving him enough time to get those Broodlords out. Lings and Baneling's getting into position. Fungal going to snag the medevacs. Destiny has decided it is time. Going in there. Coming in from the back with the Lings and from the front with the Banelings. The Infestors throwing down the Fungals, but there's a lot of bio still alive here from Morrow. The Muta's going to back up. Infestor's going to back up. However, the Broodlords are done. A lot more Speedlings on the way. Destiny tried to clear his opponent out there, but it wasn't quite enough.
His 4th base, the same drop took out the 5th, is working on the 4th. Morrow continues to push, and remember, Morrow has the upgrade advantage. Broodlord's now been activated, but there's not much to tank. The Zergling's all attacking the rocks instead of Morrow. Now being activated, most of the Mutas have gone down, but the Speedlings are down, and so many Marines.
Mutas, be careful.
Well,
That's a lot of Marines.
They carefully got themselves killed. While
Okay.
Destiny may hold this off, but his 4th fell. And in fact, this 1 drop continues to take out base after base. Destiny finally responds to it.
All the medevacs are still alive, so
Yes.
Morrow's going to be pretty darn happy with how that trade went.
Continued pressure from multiple angles. Morrow pushes in here. Destiny's base is taking serious damage. Morrow again pushing in towards the natural of Destiny, or perhaps the 3rd base is a natural. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
It never ends.
It's a lot of production there from the Terran.
This is the macro of Morrow here.
Destiny is backed against the wall. Does he have what it takes to bring it back? What kind of magic are we going to see here?
You know what? It's going to have to be some type of crazy genie magic, as there's only 2 Broodlords.
Uh-oh.
And too many Marines in the base. Destiny asks Morrow if he thinks his skill level will recover. This is the $1 million question.
Wait, are we implying he had skill in the first place?
I guess that's what's
That
happening.
was too mean. It was a joke. It was a joke. Uh-oh, after being on the same team as Todd for so long. These guys are having fun. There it is. GG. And Morrow takes the 2-0.
Wow. Perhaps unexpected to many, perhaps expected by some. Morrow with very convincing play. Definitely the most convincing series we've seen so far. As he rolls over
fun.
Destiny.
That was
Yeah.
a fun series.
You know, that last game, if Destiny, I think if he handled his forces a bit better in that main engagement,
Yeah.
all his baitings, he had him on move command, so the baitings, instead of hitting Marines, he kind of walked by them, which is kind of a problem. He didn't have too many baitings anyway. Honestly, though, Morrow just got too far ahead. Morrow's macro was just fantastic.
He's good.
His upgrades are fantastic. When he killed Destiny's 4th base early on with that double drop, that really kind of set the tune for the rest of the game and continued to pick off bases with drop play.
Yeah, Morrow's so good with his multitasking. You know, it was a fun series there, and Morrow's going to move on 2-0 to the next round. So Destiny will be knocked out, but I'm sure we'll see him back. I feel like you know, it was a solid performance from him, and I hope he doesn't give up.
No, he's definitely, he has his potential for a skill to recover. even being on the same team as Todd for so long. I
Yes.
think he can do it. I've got faith. I'm sure a lot of you guys have faith. But don't go anywhere. Coming up next is going to be Straylock against Rhett. A best of 3 to see who goes up against Morrow. This is my finals tomorrow.